Lance Whitaker, the 33-year-old, in the black trunks. Sultan Ibragimov in the red trunks. What would your unofficial scoring be, Sean? How would you? Sean's going to tally it up and take a look at what he sees this fight as.
Well, 48-44 for Ibragimov. I think the last couple of rounds, the tide has shifted, and I think Whitaker coming back. He's landing that right hand. He is forcing the action. Whitaker's been coming forward most of this fight, but he's been coming forward effectively the last couple of rounds.
His last fight, Ibragimov beat Friday Ahunanya.
Was that on a Thursday?
Exactly, it was.
I knew you were going to say that.
It was a stoppage in the 9th round that went to the scorecards. Now, interestingly, Whitaker also fought Ahunanya, and he TKO'd him in the 5th round. So that's one common opponent for these two fighters. Now, for all we can say about Ibragimov punching less, Whitaker isn't exactly throwing a lot of punches himself. His feeling is he's going to land that one big right hand. But this has been a pretty good round so far for Ibragimov. He's been active.
And Ibragimov moving to his right, away from the power of the right hand.
It was apparently a straight left hand as Ibragimov stepped to the left. Third knockdown of Lance Whitaker in this fight. But this time he was more hurt, and it's also earlier in the round.
And he fell all the way across the ring, 6'8", and he was laid out there. He went from one side of the ring to the other.
Quick straight left hands by Ibragimov.
Ibragimov knows it. The window's open.
Whitaker showing some grit here, and Ibragimov rightfully showing a little respect because he's been hit with some big right hands by Whitaker. This would be the third 10-8 round in this fight, so that would be a big edge for Ibragimov.
And a good body attack from Ibragimov. You know, that'll make your opponent's punches subside.
Well, Lance Whitaker looks like he might be past the worst of this, amazingly. Because not only was he knocked down, but Ibragimov landed several excellent straight lefts after that.
You know, he's got a lot of heart. Lance Whitaker fights with a lot of heart. Crowd chanting Sultan.
So it looks like Lance Whitaker will get through round 6. He's knocked down with about a minute and a half left in the round, right at the midway point of the round, and yet he's still here at the end of round 6. We've reached the halfway point.
Chin. You understand what I'm saying?
Well,
that's what you got to do.
Right on the bridge of the nose, they're working
that's
on.
That's what I would do. You got to dig deep, man. You got to show me that you're that soldier that I know you are. Yeah. You got to do it, man.
Show me some heart, says John Bray, and here is what happened. Look at this. Big left hand, a counter, and that started it all. And down went a little wobble, and watch this knockdown all the way across the ring. Goes big Lance Whitaker. The bigger they are in boxing, many times, the harder they fall. Look at this. Whack. Little wobble. Sultan saw it. He tried to close the show, and he put Whitaker on the canvas.
Seconds out.
Whitaker's like, where are my legs? Come back here.
Well, that was round number 6, the third knockdown of Lance Whitaker in this fight. We're now headed into round number 7. Sultan Ibragimov in the red trunks, the 30-year-old former silver medalist, undefeated as a pro in 18 fights against Lance Whitaker, the 33-year-old perennial contender who's been a contender in the heavyweight division since 1999. Can ill afford another loss to the top heavyweight. He's in trouble.
Early, too.
Good straight left hands by Ibragimov. And absent is the talking from Lance.
There it is. Low blow. Gotta keep him up.
1 point below the belt. 1 point below the belt. 1 point below the belt. I don't want to see no more. No more warnings. Points from here on. Come on, Sultan. Let's go.
A point deducted by Telis Asiminos. Well, that helps a bit for Lance Whitaker, that's for sure. Now, there have been a number of punches that have strayed low from Ibragimov, and he has gotten some warnings from Esamino.
And again, remember what I said earlier in this fight? Oh, good. Right hook. Going downstairs.
Whitaker trying to counter with the right as Ibragimov lands some big punches. Now, Ibragimov is winning this round, make no mistake, so with the point deducted, it might well be an even round. Ibragimov would love a knockdown to get himself a one-point win in this round. Get the point being deducted.
And it's a 10-point must, remember. You know, I talked about the low blow because of the height difference of these two fighters and the height of Lance Whitaker at 6'8". You really got to concentrate to keep your punches up above the belt. Both of them winging. Big punches. Look at that. Ibragimov.
Sultan Ibragimov often leaves himself open for punches, but the reason people can't hit him is because he's throwing so many combinations that Whitaker's in some trouble right now. He's getting nailed with some big shots.
And he may be cut. He's wiping at his forehead, but he's got a cut up there in his eyebrows. Whitaker is. Time.
Doctor? I need doctor.
They're looking at it.
See what they have to say. In fact, the doctor sitting next to us is headed up.
I came from a punch.
It came from a punch. Did you hear the referee? Told us.
It looks like okay.
See, all right?
He can fight.
Larry?
Larry?
Let's go. Keep going?
Okay, you 50 minutes.
He's saying he wants to stop.
Well, there it is. It's over.
Lance Whitaker not super anxious to continue. That cut in a very bad spot, and I think he was more than amenable to the idea that this fight might be stopped. It is. Sultan Ibragimov gets himself an exciting win over Lance Whitaker in what turned out to be a very entertaining heavyweight matchup. And for that man, Ibragimov, at age 30, he feels he's poised to make a move in the heavyweight division.
And really a good win for Sultan, and he climbs the mount. Now, many people will take him serious in this boxing heavyweight division. He goes to 19-0, and that was pretty impressive. He started off knocking his opponent down the first, the second round, then again in the fifth round, and really did a lot. He inflicted a lot of damage.
Lance Whitaker, the highest profile name among the victims of Sultan Ibragimov. And Nick Charles will be talking to him in a little while, and we'll find out a little bit about who he might be fighting next. But let's look back and see these three knockdowns, Sean.
And there is the first, down to the seat of his pants. And again, the overhand left is the punch that did the damage there. And here's another one. Look at this wobble. All the way across the ring. This is my favorite knockdown. Wing. And Lance gets up. He's got a smile on his face, but he's getting hit.
All right, so we'll get the official word on this from Bob Alexander.
Ladies and gentlemen, from the Hard Rock Live Arena here at the Seminole Hard Rock Hotel and Casino, the referee in charge, Teles Asamino, stops this bout. Lance Whitaker unable to continue due to a cut over the eye. The time, 2 minutes, 1 second of round number 7. He is now the IBF International and still the WBO Asian Pacific Heavyweight Champion. Your winner, Sultan Ibragimov.